Cho Hun-hyun and Lee Chang-ho at the peak of competitive Go. When it comes to the history of Korean Go, Cho Hun-hyun and Lee Chang-ho are two names that cannot be ignored. The two are intertwined as master and pupil, but their story goes far beyond that. As a young boy, Lee Chang-ho boarded and studied Go at Cho Hun-hyun's house. But while pupils usually have similar styles, the two surprised many by showing completely different styles. Cho Hun-hyun was known for his combative and intuitive style, often referred to as the fighter, while Lee Chang-ho was known for his calm and collected style. Hence his nickname, the Stone Man. This stark contrast between master and pupil was quite a topic of conversation, even at the time, and while it seemed like a natural fit, the two remained fierce rivals for the rest of their careers, especially once Lee reached the pinnacle of his game, which was often referred to as his era, Go's golden age and mass popularity. In South Korea in the 1990s, the game of Go was incredibly popular. Go tournaments were broadcast live on TV. There were nightly tournaments, and the game was even popularized in comedy shows. However, since the AlphaGo's Lee Sedol match, the game hasn't regained the popularity it once had. Unlike chess, Go was once thought to be impossible for a computer to beat a human due to the infinite number of possible outcomes. However, advances in AI technology have now reached a point where it is impossible for a human to beat a computer. Go was once so popular that it was often featured in movies and commercials, and the movie Sungbu is set during that time. The movie Sungbu and the story of Cho Hun-hyun and Lee Chang-ho. The movie finished filming in 2021, but its release was postponed indefinitely due to the controversy surrounding its lead actor, Yoo Ah-hin. This was a huge blow to the production team because the character Yoo Ah-hin played was actually Lee Chang-ho. The movie tells the story of two rivals, but the narrative is told from the perspective of their mentor, Cho Hun-hyun. This is because the story begins with Cho Hun-hyun and emphasizes his role as a mentor. Cho Hun-hyun took on Lee Chang-ho as a student when he was a young elementary school student. On TV, Lee Chang-ho had always been reticent and slow to speak. But in the movie, he was portrayed as a child, assertive and active in expressing his opinions. He seems to have found his own style and calmed down his behavior, hence his nickname, Doll Butcher. Yoo Ah-hin's absence and the crew's struggles. Without Yoo Ah-hin in the movie, it is expected that the crew had a lot to worry about. That's probably why Kim Kang-hoon's scenes as Lee Chang-ho were stretched out to about 30 minutes. In the end, all traces of Yoo Ah-hin disappeared from the marketing related to the movie, and the movie about the confrontation between Cho Hun-hyun and Lee Chang-ho was without him. Nevertheless, the movie itself is very interesting. It's well produced in a way that even audiences who know nothing about Go will have no trouble understanding it. Like the title, Sungbu, the movie focuses on the confrontation between master and pupil, but also on human to human. The first confrontation between master and disciple. The climax of the movie is the moment when the master, Cho Hun-hyun, is defeated for the first time by his student, and it's not just a loss, but is portrayed as the moment when he is informed that his time is over. Cho wanders off in shock, but eventually returns to the board to show his resilience. On the other hand, the victorious Lee Chang-ho also has mixed feelings. He has risen to the top through victory, but is unable to rejoice because of the guilt of bringing defeat to his mentor. These emotional lines are very delicately drawn in the movie and leave a deep impression on the audience. The actors' performances, actor Lee BYUNG HUN, who played the role of Cho Hun-hyun in the film, was praised for his perfect portrayal of the character. His every facial expression and hand gesture vividly conveyed his master's anguish and resilience. On the other hand, Yoo Ah-hin had a strong presence even in silence, expressing the inner world of his disciple Lee Chang-ho. A story beyond the fight. The movie isn't just about the wins and losses on the board. It also explores how master and student influenced each other. Cho Hun-hyun nurtured his pupil with his own style, while Lee Chang-ho surpassed his teacher by forging a new path for himself. The relationship between master and pupil isn't just about winning or losing. It's about growing and changing through each other, and eventually finding their own paths. Conclusion. The story of Chu Hunayan and Li Chang'e goes beyond a simple sports narrative to provide deep insights into human relationships and growth. The movie is a belated but meaningful attempt to capture this story. It is hoped that the lives and games of these two men will leave a lasting impression, not only in the Korean Go world, but also in the wider world.